The Claymore, the piece de resistance.
One sight is it? I took away one opportunity. You screwed me this whole year, took advantage of every one of my moments. I have nothing now but making your life a living hell.
This was a really good SmackDown. This SmackDown was really good. It was from Spain. All their international shows be like lit, like fucking Woodstock. Makes you like, this is the place that you want to be. The show was really good tonight. Like it was long. It was long, but the energy of the crowd, the way that WWE is just coming in here and just making this thing entertaining. This was a very good SmackDown show, but it was a very long show. It was dragging everything, kind of like everything was like clicking to keep your interest. I know that was like for me. Like for me, it just felt like that. But man, this was a really good show. And it was from Barcelona, Spain. We is finna fuck your city up, your country up, your district, wherever they go, they gonna sell out. Motherfucker, they going to Italy next week. They going to England. They're doing this whole tour over there. All these crowds are just gonna be so lively and electric. And then you just tune over into AEW and there's just like the dwindling shits. And LA Knight opened the show up. He came out there and these people were just, they were just loving this guy. It has to be a great feeling to like go over to a whole nother country and these people go crazy over you. Like these people know me, like they fuck with me. He was, saying that, the championship has been a long time and the title is back to where it belonged right there. Whose game it is? LA Knight. The crowd just giving this man so much energy. You like it. And then Jimmy comes out there. Jimmy comes out there, says that, I'm desperate. I don't have no spot at WrestleMania. And the only way that I'm going to get a spot at WrestleMania is I got to be the United States champion. He stumbled over his words a little bit. I think he said tag champ or something like that. But after he said that, before LA Knight had a chance to say anything, Solo comes out there. So Solo comes out there and says that if anybody deserves a championship match, you think that he's finna point at himself, which he was about to, but then he was like, Jacob deserves it. And he was like, after that shit you pulled last week, LA, you deserve to get your ass whooped. Then Solo turned his attention to Jimmy. He was like, Big Brother Jim. I don't know what happened with Solo, because Solo stumbled over his words too. He didn't realize what he was finna say next. And Jimmy was finna make fun of him because of it. He was like, whoa. But then he caught it. He caught it and said, Jimmy, the failure of the family. And Jimmy says the only biggest failure was trusting my little brother Solo. And then they get into a kerfluffle. And then Jacob started fucking people up. And then Braun Strowman comes out there. And then we got a 6-man tag match player. So we got a 6-man tag match. It was pretty good. Like I said, this is in Spain. So these people was with it. This is the first match of the night. So, it was everything. But the story of this is Jacob Fatu. And Braun Strowman and them, they beat Jacob. They didn't beat Jacob, but they won. And Tama Tonga and Jacob was about to leave. And next thing you know, Jacob looked back and he went back and he fucked Braun Strowman up. Beat him down, did like all these splashes on this dude. I thought the man was going to kill him right there. Then he came back again and he ran him through the barricade. He missed it, but, ain't nobody in it. He missed it. The man hit that man's side, but he went through the barricade. A lot of people just doing shit. Carnage in Spain. You would have thought Vega was in that motherfucker. Carnage. Everybody fighting. Everybody trying to get WrestleMania season. These folks want to see a show, and man, did they get one tonight. These folks left there with their money's worth tonight. So after that was over, after all that, you had a sit-down interview with Jade Cargill. Now listen here. I like this. This was great. So Jade sitting down with Kathy. Kathy asked this woman some good questions. She was like, listen, how do you know that, it was Naomi that attacked you? You was knocked out. You blindsided. So how do you know that? And I was like, that's a good ass question. How do you know that? So then she was saying that, when she got hit and, saying she's about to black out, fade out. Then she saw Naomi. She ran off. And then she waited, bided her time to the perfect time to strike. You know what I'm saying? She didn't hurt her physically. She hurt her deeply inside. They were the big three supposed to take over this shit. Didn't really work out that way for her. And then this where it got good because, I worked in production. I work in production. So you see these wrestlers, they come in, you know what I'm saying? They might have missed a turn somewhere and they walked in the building. Liv and Raquel came in because they're finna get ready for the show because this was earlier in the day because there was no fans there. Ain't nobody there. They did it in the afternoon. So they walked through there and it was basically, talking that shit. And it was like, how does it feel? How does it feel, bitch? How does it feel? We've been blamed for months because of you, bitch. It's your fault. We deserve an apology for this shit. So Jay looking at them like, look at these crusty ass bitches coming up here talking to me like this. So Jay was like, you know what? Next week, how about we run that? We gonna run that next week. I like how Liv didn't back down. Liv was like, until next week, try not to fall on no fucking cars, bitch. You stumbling bitch. And then walked off. I like this. I like that. That was good. That was good. Then you had, I thought, was not star of the night, but keep your eyes on this girl. Because this seems to be like what Triple H is kind of like grooming here. B-Fab cut a great promo before she went out to face Charlotte. She was in the back. They in Spain. Everybody knows Spanish there. Español. You know what I'm saying? Everybody fuck with that Spanish shit. I like that. These fans was just, and whatever she was saying, they was digging it because these folks was behind this woman tonight. Now she went out there and she had a really good match. She had a good match against Charlotte. And then at the end, saying she had to get this. And as good as the match you had, you got to get your ass beat. So Charlotte put her in the figure 8. She didn't let go of it. She didn't let go of that shit. She locked it in. And then all of a sudden, here come Tiffy. Now, Tiffy stumbled before she got in the ring. I was getting kind of nervous. She went in the ring, and this is what this feud needed. Now I'm interested in this. I'm interested. I like the brawl. The brawl was good. In certain spots, it was obvious that Tiffy was going to jump. She did a moonsault. On these security guards. Charlotte was nowhere near in sight, and then Charlotte just fell down with everybody else. Tiffy did that twice, and this crowd was everywhere. Tiffy time. I liked the brawl. They were calling each other bitches. It felt like you was watching some Jerry Springer shit. Girls going wild, but they fighting. Bitches just fighting. They were calling each other bitches. I was like, I ain't run that bitch. Yeah, come on. I was like, okay. And at the same time, you're seeing a different side of Tiffany Stratton. Because if she's going to go in there and beat Charlotte, she's going to have to bring it. Like, this match has to deliver. Like, I need to see some good promos going forward. I need to see good everything. Now, this match, at first, I was like, it ain't nothing there. She just challenged this girl for the title. But now, I don't know. All of a sudden, I don't know whether it was just Italy or what. But now I'm into this match now. Yeah, Drew McIntyre. Now, he was right the whole time. Now, this man ran down the whole reason why he got beef with Damian Priest. He said that every time something happened to me, who was there to benefit from all of this? Drew fucking McIntyre. Damian fucking Priest. The cash in at WrestleMania. Who was there that cashed in on me after I was blindsided by CM Punk? Damian Priest. He said the money in the bank. Everything, who was there to beat me because of CM Punk? He said Damian Priest. He got a reason now. He laid out facts. And I was like, okay, now I want to see this because you have story here. And I'm all about that story. So then Miz TV is finna start. But before Miz TV started, you got Charlotte and Stratton out there again fighting. The pull apart, and then that's when Tiffany got on the top of the LED boards, and then she did the big moonsault off of it. Tiffy time. I was like, all right, now you proved your point. All right, take that shit on. Go on somewhere with that shit. Now you proved your point. Then you got the Miz out there. It's called No Mellow Don't Miz TV, as Carmelo Hayes isn't out with the Miz. Please don't let Carmelo hang with this man no more. Just don't let him hang with him no more. I don't want to see that. It's good that Cody came out there and beat his ass and then went on and say, you know what, man, John Cena, Monday, I'm going to see you on Monday. I'm going to see you on Monday. And that was it. You whoa, and that was it. Done, okay? Done with this. Wait till Monday. I'm not going to say anything about this John Cena and Cody Rhodes stuff because I just need to me, it's kind of like, I don't know how it's going to go. At this point in time, it can be an epic failure. John Cena can come out there. If this man don't come out there with no rap music, that bald spot covered up, a new look, a new feel, this whole shit is stupid and was a waste. But I trust Triple H. I trust him. So backstage, you got Nick Aldis. Now, this was funny because Shinsuke Nakamura is right there. Nick Aldis talked to him. Nick Aldis was like, look, Chief, I ought to suspend you for what you did last week. You spit in that man's face, okay? He's an official and all that shit. That man got to have his eyes rinsed out and all that shit. Medical bills coming out. You going to pay for that shit? And then Shinsuke was like, so then Damian comes up. At this point, I was too high in this shit because this is, like I said, this shit is going on long, Chief. So then Damian comes up talking some shit and saying something, and he was like, you know what, I want to fight you. You know, so I'm in the mood to fight. You know, saying Drew McIntyre running his mouth about me, spearing all this bullshit and whatnot. I'm ready to fight, Chief. So then, you know, you got that match, right? Now, after the break, after that, you got a quick tease, and it's Rey Fenix. I think it's Rey Fenix. They already finna bring this man in. Stay tuned to that. Lord Jesus. Then you got Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Good match. At first, it started out slow, but then towards the end, it kind of like picked up. So then Drew McIntyre came out there, and he trying to distract Damian Priest. So then a kerfluffle happened, and then Drew McIntyre gets into the ring, start beating the shit out of him. Right? And then that's when Damian Priest started to come back, and then Shinsuke Nakamura lays him out from behind, cheap shot him. Gave him a chin shot in the back, and then him and Nakamura looked at each other, and, you know, Drew McIntyre was like, I ain't got no beef with you. All right? I'm here for him. I'm here for him. I got no qualms with you, mate. So then Nakamura walked off. I like how they still made Nakamura look strong. They didn't have him lose. You can tell that they're going to do something with Nakamura because if they would have beat him right here, that would have been it. But he still looked strong, and he walked out. But then after that, that's when Drew McIntyre whooped his ass, and his man said, you cost me everything, you son of a bitch, you motherfucker. It's on sight every time I see you. You ruined my whole fucking life this whole past year. You benefited from all this shit. And then he stomped him in the head. I like it. They're picking up now. Shit, they picking up. WWE has put the pedal to the metal. They said, all right, we got to rep this shit up now here. And I hope they continue to put your hand on the throat. They going as fast as they fucking can. Now, Kathy Keller was backstage with Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, and Alba Fyre. I like this. I feel so bad for that girl, Isla Dawn. Now, that girl did not deserve to get fired while Shayna Baszler is still walking around there. You had all these other women on that roster, and Indy Hartwell, too. I don't think that she should have been fired. But Zoe Stark and all of them, they should have been the ones to go. But Kathy Keller was back there with Alba Fyre. It looked like she got her little, you know, security team, like, you know, the president and stuff like that, Secret Service, whatnot. It's a good look. But Zelina Vega came up and was like, listen, I want a shot at that, you know, saying United States Championship. So next week, Zelina Vega is going to go up against Piper Niven. And if she wins, I guess she's going to get an opportunity at the championship. Wouldn't that be something if that girl was to win that title at WrestleMania? That would be so nice for her. I think that championship would look good on somebody who can go like Zelina, because Zelina can give you good matches. You know, Chelsea Green, she's more like a comedy character. But she can wrestle, but she can't, like, she's entertaining. She's entertaining as hell. But, like, as far as, like, a technician in the ring who can have, like, a banger match, I don't think she can give you a banger match. That's just me. Maybe she can prove me wrong whenever she faces Zelina Vega for this championship, but I want that to happen. I want that to happen. Then you had Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes. This was a really good match, too. Carmelo you can tell that they're grooming Carmelo. He's been in there with nothing but heavy hitters. Even though he's taken some L's and stuff like that before, he had that great best out of 7 with Andrade. He's in there with top heavy hitters. He was in there with Cody. He gave Cody a good match. He gave Randy Orton a good match here. Randy Orton gave him like some time in his match to shine. And he looked good. He made him look good. But in the end, Randy Orton gave him an RKO, and then he won. When he hit that RKO, those folks went crazy. They went crazy the whole night for this dude. This man came out there, and you got to know that he loves to go to these overseas tours. Not only because it pays good, he got his wife there. You know what I'm saying? He eating good and fucking every night, getting money. He loves it over there. These folks, they just sing his song, and they were on beat. And these folks was loud there that night. But, of course, I'm going to get this money. And next week, baby, we going to Italy. And we going to England after that. What you want over in Paris? Yeah, come on, baby. What? This man is living the best life. He ain't got to work that much. This man said he want to keep doing this for the next 10 years. And at this pace he is, look at him in great shape. How is it that's like, you know, like me, like I'm in the best shape of my life in my later years in life? I don't know how that works. I don't know. It's the way the world works now, I guess. Yeah, man, that man, like, what? Can't tell me Randy ain't having the time of his life, man. And then another vignette airs. You got 2 on this fucking show. WWE ain't playing with your motherfucking ass. It was just like some smoke, like Mortal Kombat shit. And then the number 4 showed up. Like, I'm like, the fuck does that mean? I don't know. Then we get to the match of the fucking week. Man. That match with, okay, Gunther comes out there. Now, Gunther's my boy. I like Gunther. I think Gunther is a great professional wrestler. He reminds me of the old school, how they used to do shit back in the day. Get your ass down and beat the shit out of you. Gunther comes out there. Gunther is from around these parks. You know what I mean? He's from over there. Not in Spain, but he comes out there and says he's the best wrestler in Europe. And I can't disagree with him, okay? So he says that there's a kid here, and the place starts to go wild. Because Axiom used to be known as A Kid, and he's from Madrid, Spain. And he is currently the NXT Tag Team Champion. This is a new regime because NXT is starting to get highlighted. Even their lower development shows like Evolve and LFG, and they getting promoted. Everybody is getting shined. This is done everything to highlight Axiom at his best. At first, I didn't like Axiom because I thought the tag team that he was with, Frazier, it was just like one of those tag teams that just like thrown together, because at that time they were thrown together because they didn't have anything to do with any of these guys. They were like, we need somebody that these people can go up against, throw these two together, and then that's how that tag team started. So I never really took him seriously. But I've always recognized that he was good because he was in NXT UK. So Axiom comes out here, and he just puts on an amazing match. Gunther went toe-to-toe with Axiom, and he gave Axiom some good high spots, but not too much because Gunther was taken away from him to get heat. The buildup of Axiom coming back, Gunther gave him a powerbomb, and Axiom kicks out of the powerbomb. I thought it was it when that happened, but the people, the crowd is in his hometown. He's here. I mean, that place went crazy when that man kicked out. And then the near fall by Axiom, almost beating Gunther. Gunther getting short-winded. Like, this motherfucker taking me to the limit here. So Gunther, whenever he flips that switch and he starts to do move after move, you can tell he getting tired of this shit. He gave him a clothesline that flipped this boy upside down, a power bomb, and something else, and beat him. Then after the match, he put the sleeper on him. sent them out cold. Now, I don't know what we're going to do with this because Gunther's the world champion. He's going up against Jey Uso at WrestleMania. This whole thing with Jey Uso has not been working that well, given the fact that Jey Uso is out here each and every week, just out here just, at first he wasn't really wrestling anybody, but now he's in this wrestling thing with, now he's in this feud with, A-Town Down Under. He doing the same thing that, Gunther did with the Alpha Academy, and I don't like how that's going, but we're going to see how all of this going to go because Gunther was backstage with Jimmy Uso. Jimmy's down there. He's sitting down, and he's got a big win tonight, feeling good about himself, trying to figure out what he going to do to get himself into the WrestleMania picture. Gunther sits down. I was like, Lord Jesus, this is going to be good. Gunther talks to him backstage saying they have a lot in common because he has a younger brother too. And while Jimmy and Jay are twins, Jimmy is clearly the more mature one because he ain't out here doing all this yeeting bullshit and all this and that. You're trying to be taken seriously. You came out here earlier, you called your shot, you went out there and you won your match. Gunther basically is saying, like, I respect that. It's almost like he was recruiting him. So then he says Jimmy is clearly the more mature one. He tells Jimmy to have a word with Jay about how he should step back and not challenge me at WrestleMania. Can you talk to your brother? You got the most sense here. That's basically what he did. Because he'll do to him the way he did to Axiom tonight. Leave his ass laying out there, sleep. So then Jimmy says Jay will win at WrestleMania. And then he did the yeet and then all this and that. And Gunther stood up and said, you know what, motherfucker? I was wrong about you. I thought you was going to be, the responsible one, to recognize the real here. But you just like your brother. You know what? I tried. I really did. And walked off. What does that mean? He finna get his ass whooped is what that means. Jimmy's finna get his ass fucked up. He's finna get his ass fucked up, and I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be a beat down, and then Jay is gonna try to, avenge his brother. You know what I mean? He's gonna try to avenge his brother. You can already tell how that's gonna go. I wonder if, when he was sitting down with Jimmy, I thought, what if Jimmy cost Jay the world title at Mania? And they redo that match that fucking disappointed everybody the last WrestleMania when they fought each other. That little tag match that they had, that shit was disappointing. Maybe you can do something, go back, but I was like, nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. Like, that man got to win the title. But, yeah. So you had the Street Profits. No, wait. Before that, you had Paul Heyman come out there. Now, Paul came out there and promoted the WWE 2K25 video game that was released today. Talked about Seth Rollins, CM Punk, yada, yada, yada. Long story short, he didn't really say anything here, but, got a little pop from the crowd that he was there. But he said that Roman will be there next week on Smackdown and that if anybody got something to say, they can say it to his face. The Street Profits was in the back. They was about to come out, but then Legado del Fantasma showed up. And said, you know what, if you win the championships, just know that we want the shot. So Street Profits came out there. I did not know that, Pretty Deadly had a championship match against whoever. So it's going to be this going ahead of myself here. So the Street Profits are going up against DIY. This match is for the tag titles. DIY has had the tag titles for, I don't know, for a few months now since they beat Motor City Machine Guns. The match was really good. At the end, they were going to go for the meet in the middle. Dawkins was about to take the finisher, and then he missed. They missed, and Johnny Gargano kicked Tommaso Ciampa. And off of that mistake, Dawkins hit him with the sky high, and then Montez Ford did the frog splash, and they got the win. The place went crazy. I was like, now that's a pop. Wow. They were invested too. The whole crowd was invested. This show was long as hell. And them folks was into everything that was going on. And at the end of the night to get that type of reaction, that type of pop, man, that was nice. You can tell them boys really earned that. Then, like, when they won, you saw Dawkins go over to Tommaso, to talk to him to say, hey, man, I appreciate that shit, cuz. I think Tommaso Ciampa is going to go to Blackheart. He needs to. He needs that NXT Tommaso Ciampa. We already seen one friend turn on one friend. We got to see another one. And we got to see it at WrestleMania. And I think that's where this is finna go. This got to go to WrestleMania. I guess they thought, listen, we want to do a friend versus friend, but we don't want to do two of them at WrestleMania, so let's just do another one. Everybody is expecting a Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn match at WrestleMania. Let's swerve them. Let's give them this one. Triple H said, I want to give him this one. I want to give him Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Now that right there is a good WrestleMania match right there. I can see that happening. I really don't see them doing a tag match with just all these fucking teams doing a ladder match. I don't want to see that shit. I really don't want to see that shit. I really would like to see tag team wrestling go to like being like a one-on-one, team versus team. Like, I'm tired of these multi-tag ladder matches every fucking year at WrestleMania. I really hope that Triple H switches that shit up and don't do these fucking multi-tag team matches. I hate that shit. And it's so predictable, too. Like, you've seen all these tag teams come out there and said, I want the titles. I want the titles. I want the titles. Like, bro, work hard for it. Work hard for it. So I hope they don't do no multi-man tag match at WrestleMania. Other than that, congratulations to the Street Profits. They win the tag team championships. Congratulations. This was a long show. These Smackdowns are long. They need to get shorter. They need to be like Monday Night Raw a little bit. But, this was a good Friday night. I decided to watch. It was a good watch. The fans kept me into this. If the fans was not with this show, I would have not sat and watched this whole show. But this show was really good. Fans got me into it. I give it an A. I think this show was really good. It was too long, but for what it was and what you saw, it was really good. Pull Apart was good. It ran too long, but it did what it needed to do. WWE is on the gas, and with all this stuff coming up, the tour, John Cena, Cody Rhodes on Monday, Roman Reigns, like The Rock, like when he gonna show back up? I mean, like they rocking, they finna bring in Phoenix in here. NXT is off the chain now. These people ain't playing with you. And they come to your country, they come to your city, wherever you at, and they will sell that bitch out. So I'll be on the lookout. I'm gonna tune in on Monday to check out John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Finna go on vacation here, but I will check it out. I'll check that out at least. I ain't finna watch no fucking wrestling when I'm on vacation. It's time to chill out and smoke and be on the beach. But I will check y'all later.